Yo, what's good, y'all? Appreciate y'all coming out, man. So shout out Grant, Matthew, Tyson. What's good, though, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Good,
Feeling
brother.
great.
Good.
Feeling
Good
good.
to be here.
Yeah, man. It was a wild football weekend. College football too. That shit was wild, but let's get started, bro. Cause um, I can't. I hate talking about Justin Herbert every other week, but it's like y'all piss me off so much, bro. Like the same way how we talk about Lamar's like incompetent weapons on the offensive side, and the reason why that's kind of why they don't win and stuff when they make it to the big hump. It's the same thing with Justin Herbert and his defense. Now I get it. There's been times where Justin Herbert, yeah, there's been times you should have won the ball game and you didn't. But who do you know that's in these top five, top six quarterback range, whose defenses averages damn near the same amount of points given up as the offense scoring points?
Look,
We haven't seen we haven't seen that in forever. And my main thing is that we're never going to fully see who Justin Herbert really is until at least it gets a decent defense.
okay.
I'm not even asking for to get a top 10.
Hold
I'm
on.
not even hold on. I'm not even asking you to get a top 10. I'm just saying give him at least an above average defense to where we can really see who he is. Because this Ravens game, this is the first time they gave up 13 points a game, this whole game.
13.
And then there was still bullshit on the offense side. Hella fumbles, hella drops. You got the Andrew Wiggins of the NFL getting strip sacks on you. I don't. But somehow, some way, every time the Chargers lose, it's always Justin Herbert for it. And it, like, we always. I'm just saying, we always give context for these other quarterbacks, and when it comes to Herb, it's just like, nah. It's on him.
Also, their run game is non-existent. So
yeah, and like, listen, we don't got to talk about the
Kieran,
run
I was
game.
about to say Kieran over here grinning from ear to ear. He's like, well, I told you guys, Austin Eckler was garbage.
I mean, he's always been garbage. So
Go ahead, Trey.
All right. This is why I always have to get pushed back, because I understand your point about Herbert, but the issue that I have is that I know we always bring up Mookie as the one who's like, he's the main one always doing too much when it comes to Herbert. But the reality is, it's not just Mookie. Mookie isn't an outlier. There's a whole host of people when we talk about Justin Herbert that make up every excuse in the book specifically for him. But when the same thing happens to other quarterbacks, it's get it done.
Nah, that's not true, Trey. That's not true, though.
I'm gonna be honest. I think every quarterback has those fans.
Every quarterback.
That's not true.
Everybody.
We can walk down every single quarterback besides Mahomes, because he just gets the ultimate pass. So Burrow, every time they lose something, no O-line. They always go for the O-line, even if they play good. Even if the O-line plays good, he has no O-line.
But
Lamar Jackson with the weapons. Like we can walk down.
But
the only person who probably doesn't get that,
Josh Allen.
No, Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, because of the team that he got. So people already expected him to perform with that team he got.
But wait, Trent, you know why I don't like that argument?
Why?
Because you immediately said Justin Herbert, defense. What did that defense do against the Ravens offense?
I did you not hear me, bro? I literally said that was the one outlier game, and then what happened on the offensive side, Trey? It wasn't Herbert selling. It wasn't. Was it?
It wasn't Herbert.
Herbert had more rushing yards than their running back.
Huh?
Herbert had more rushing yards than their fucking
one run that outgained he was the leading rusher of that team. We're not about to say that game, all trolling aside, because we know how Mookie gets. That Chargers game wasn't on Justin Herbert.
I'm not saying it's all on Justin Herbert. My whole point is at some point in time, specifically when it comes to all these quarterbacks, not just Herbert, but all of these guys, when you get paid the amount of money that you are getting paid, they are paying you to be the solution to whatever problems they have at that moment.
Sort of like how Peyton Manning was towards the end of his career in Indianapolis, right?
I think he is Peyton Manning.
Okay, so wait, but Trey, let me ask you then. Again, what top quarterback has had a bottom five defense his whole career? Right now.
Well, I could say Drew Brees. Yeah,
No,
about
he didn't
And,
have
and Drew Brees ain't having his whole career because when he finally got a good defense, they made the playoffs in one game and won Super Bowls. So
look, all I'm saying is this, because I've said this about Herbert, and you've seen more of it these last 2 games because you're right. The weapons have been inconsistent, and he's had to make more plays. That's crazy. Not going at the do-rag. That's nuts.
That's absurd.
Look, like
I'm old. Blame it on my age.
Look, all I'm saying is that at some point, I need Justin Herbert to actually like fully actualize and realize his own potential. Like, we see him play every week, and it's not like he doesn't do like noteworthy stuff during games. Like, I criticize him for playing like a robot, but the reason why I criticize him playing like a robot is because that's only acceptable if you are physically limited. Like, if you're Kirk Cousins, if you're Jared Goff, if you're one of these guys where it's
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. Yeah. If you're one of these guys where it's like, I do not have elite talent, like God-given ability, I woke up and I'm just bigger, stronger, faster than 95% of the human population, I'm not going to criticize Justin Herbert the way I do. The reason why I do is because he's just as talented as the guys that are at the top of the league. But when it comes to making plays, when his team needs him to do it, it just somehow almost never happens for dude. And sometimes
in his defense, he can't catch them too.
Look, like I said, and sometimes it's not his fault. And then sometimes it looks like the Cowboys game.
He has to.
But that count, yeah.
Trey, but the thing is, bro, he's probably the main quarterback.
Hey, bro.
But Trey,
I need you to put the backpack on.
But Trey, he's probably the main quarterback to where when it gets to crunch time, he has to score multiple times in a row. And then when he finally there's one time he don't get it done, he gets this label because he doesn't have the luxury of playing with a top defense. And he scored a touchdown. He don't have to. He like somebody like Lamar. Lamar scored 2 TDs in the fourth quarter, probably versus a regular team. They win the game. They don't have to worry about. They don't have to worry about a one play 95-yard drop. They don't have to worry about the offense scoring OD because the Ravens have a top defense. All these guys are in the top 5. At least have a sustainable defense. Sustainable, bro. He's gotten to the league. It's had a bottom 5 defense. Every year.
Is it fair to say that the defense has the personnel but don't have the correct scheme? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I think we overrate the defensive personnel a little bit now.
I think we do too. I agree.
I don't think. I mean, I think Khalil Mack has flashed a little bit. I don't think he's playing Derwin correctly. I don't think that scheme fits what they're doing.
Have a conversation about Derwin. So
yeah, I don't think they're playing them like the way Derwin should be getting playing is how you see Kyle Hamilton being played. That's how Derwin should be played.
Mm-hmm. But that goes back to my point about the scheme.
Can he play deep? Yeah, but you're not maximizing what he can do when he's playing deep.
All I'm saying is, bro, is that all I'm saying. Oh, before you go, last word, I think you said something before you go. All I'm saying is, bro, is that like the same way how we talk about every time these guys like lose something like that, there's a glaring issue like with the Ravens. You need more weapons. Jay Flowers is your best guy. Odell's starting to pick it up, but Rashard Bateman, he ain't it. While Mark Andrews out, they have a glaring issue. When we talk about Justin Herbert's glaring issues, we just all stick on Justin Herbert and not talk about anything else. I don't have a problem with that, and I don't understand that because when your defense almost gives up 27 points in your first 60 starts, that's a huge issue. A game, 27 points a game.
Trent, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Like 27 is nuts, bro.
The only pushback I will give is a lot of the people who are Justin Herbert supporters and or stands are also detractors of many of these other quarterbacks who, when they came into the league, had much less and still found a way. The only one, what do you mean? Lamar is a prime example.
No. That's not, you're making my point. when he won unanimous MVP, they also had the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah, that
So like I said, I would rather have for offense. For a team, I would rather have a great defense in the mid offense than a great offense and the badass defense, because you're just going to score points. It's literally like fucking Lincoln Riley and USC. They're going to score, and give up 34 a game.
Okay,
Like,
I hear
he
also walked into a situation where, okay, the offensive line, when he first got there, wasn't great. They've kind of
that's not true. That's not true.
Who?
No, I'm talking about Herbert. I'm talking about
You're
Herbert.
talking about Herbert.
I'm talking about Herbert.
Oh.
But for a rookie, for a guy who got taken where he was taken as a top 10 pick at quarterback, most of those guys don't walk in with weapons. They don't walk into situations where, hey, I'm gonna be able to air this thing out, and I had a top 10 or top 15 receiver with me. Like, he's had help. It hasn't been
the offensive side.
But Trent, that's what I'm saying. Look, what I'm saying, I'm not talking about the whole team. I'm talking specifically offense, because I hear your point about having a great defense, but one of the best things that you can do for a quarterback's development, especially while he's young, is get him weapons. You saw what the Bills did, because specifically when you get guys who can beat man coverage, it allows you to have plays where your quarterback don't have to read. It's just
one read.
I'm gonna wait for my guy to get open, and I'm gonna throw this thing. That's it. Give him layups, and he's saying there's another step of his game that we just haven't seen yet, and it's not always because of him, but some of it is.
That's on every quarterback, though. Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that's not. Again.
People get real sensitive about people criticizing him, and I don't get why, because they throw everybody else under the bus.
Who? What are you talking about?
Everybody gets thrown under the bus at a certain point. Josh Allen gets thrown under the bus at a certain point. Lamar gets thrown under the bus.
I'm saying, though, again,
Joe Burrow is probably the closest one to Herbert in terms of the amount of like people who really push back on trying to like protect this dude from criticism. Like, at some point we have to be like, okay, we see all the things. We know as of right now, the situation for this season is not changed, and it's not going to change until they fire Brandon Staley. So unfortunately for you, Justin Herbert, who is immensely talented, I'm going to need you to rely a little bit more on that talent and buck up. Like, you just paid the dude upwards of $270-something million. That's not asking too much at this point. I'm sorry, it's not.
Let me say one thing real quick. I wish Herbert had more of like the Josh Allen sort of mentality, because Josh Allen has Diggs. Josh Allen had a good defense. I don't know about that anymore, but he kind of he'll almost live and die by himself. Herbert has the tendency to he'll live and die by whatever's called by whoever it was, Joe Lombardi or Ellen Moore. He's got robotic.
Kind of like Matt Ryan did in Atlanta.
Kind of like Matt Ryan did before Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, so I wish, like, third down, you can't check down to Austin Eckler, bro. Especially not on like a third and long with the game on the line. You can't do that. You gotta try to do something.
I thought he was this great receiving back.
No,
you talk.
That's what I heard. I mean,
you can't do it on third and not with the game on the line. I'm sorry, not when you have other.
Young and Undisputed might know this reference. What did Martin used to say on his show? Somebody lied.
Somebody that told you wrong.
Somebody that told you wrong.
Yep.
Who said he was a great receiving back, Trent? It wasn't me.
Well, I'm just saying, bro. Also, okay.
You heard a bunch of
been in these top 5 receiving back comments for years, and he's not even a top 10 receiving back.
Look, you ain't got an argument for me.
If you really want me to be honest with you, Trent, and everybody on this panel, I think I speak for everybody on the panel. only the talking heads on TV that's looking at stats say that. I don't think none of us were literally look at each other and say he's the best receiver back in the
fantasy
league.
football.
In fantasy football. Exactly.
It's not.
Am I correct in my assessment or not?
Baby, and there's actual people that think that Austin Eckler is like a top 5 receiver.
There's plenty.
And like I said, that's only for talking heads on television who only look at stats and people who play fantasy football. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if we look at each other right now, we can't even say. I mean, I don't even know if you can say if he's top 10. I don't know what top he is. It's definitely not in the top 10.
I'll just last thing I'll say before I let last word grow is that again, bro, like this, like I get it when like QBs and like of course they got like $250 million getting paid, but at some point, bro, we just have to acknowledge that you can't just be like this is literally like some Caleb Williams shit. Like it's Justin. Some of these games, Justin Herbert's have to play perfect for them to win.
Yeah,
he has to play perfect, and that's not realistic.
Okay,
it's not realistic, Trey. It's not.
Look,
there's been plenty of games Joe Burrow to play like some Reginald, and they win the game.
In the playoffs.
Plenty of games Lamar and play like men, and they don't win. Bro, Trey, the only time you see Justin Herbert play mid and win was the Jets game, and it's only because of Zach Wilson.
Look, I hear you. The only pushback I will give you is specifically, I know it's a small sample size. There are 2 games this year where I watched him from beginning to, well, really 3, but 2 that like we're talking about, hey, the defense gave this up. And if his defense will hold him under the 28 points, he'll win. All right. Well, then you tell me why he looked like shit from beginning of the end of that Cowboys game. Because he looked like crap the entire game. It was a bad game. And then
I will say this: not a lot of quarterbacks play good against the Cowboys this year.
Look, I hear you, but some of those throws he was missing, there was
some of them were bad. The fourth quarter was like, you can't even. Again,
the game against the Ravens, I get it. They're one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the league. I completely understand. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I am just asking you to, at some point, rise above whatever is called and whatever is going on the field, because you are physically talented enough to do so. If you weren't able to do it, I wouldn't be expecting it. That's the only point. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you go and if you look at crunch time, how some of these guys play, Justin Herbert's the only one where I'm just like, give me some more, like something. You got to give me something extra. That play doesn't work, guys aren't open. You got to make something shake. Everybody else, like everybody else.
J Rob, what's up, J Rob?
I've seen Lamar nothing happen to
today,
make
bro.
shake his legs. Josh Allen, you know he's gonna do it, but he also gonna make a terrible play too. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, like they do it, and that's the standard I hold them to. I don't hold them to the Kirk Cousins because I don't expect nothing from Kirk Cousins when it happens. Same thing with Dak. Like all those guys, like he's in that. He sometimes plays like a Kirk Cousins, but he has the talent of those elite guys. That's what I have a problem with Justin Herbert. That's my only problem with him.
All right, go ahead. Last word.
I mean, I ain't got much to say. I mean, last time we talked about this, I pretty much said everything damn near verbatim what Trey just said. And I talked about the shortcomings, the interceptions, the money. Like it. Listen, man, it kills me that I've been painted this Herbert hater, whatever the case may be, because I am a legitimate Justin Herbert fan. Like I love Justin Herbert. I liked him at Oregon. I thought he was a better prospect than what people give him credit for. But I'm not gonna sell this dude short because, like Trey was alluding to, I know the talent he is. So I'm not gonna hold him or give him every excuse I could think of when he has opportunities to win some of these games. Like that's what it comes down to. They gave him a big contract. He earned it. He a franchise guy. He's made history statistically, but it's happened far too often to just sit here and say, this isn't who he is right now, and he needs to be better, period. Because there are games where there are winnable games, and he's just not getting it done. Like, we've seen this against Tennessee this year. We've seen it against the Dolphins beginning of the year, and we've seen it just recently with the Ravens. Like, there are plays, there are instances, there are moments in games where the moment just looks too big for him, and that's concerning because this is a guy like Mel was just saying, like he has the mold and talent like Mahomes, Allen, and these guys, but in the same breath, when he gets in these situations, he just looks timid and afraid at times. Like for example, the Ravens game, it's an all-out blitz, cover zero, clearly, and ain't no one. They're not disguising. They said, we're coming after you. We're going to get it done. No adjustment, no call out, nothing. Just accepted what came with the play.
Are you talking about the fourth down?
Yeah. What was
I can't give you that because, again, bro, well, not on that specifically, the corner blitz dumb late. Like, he literally jumped. Like,
No. Then it wasn't that play. I know what play you're talking about. It was another play where Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen both came. They crept up, both of them to the line, and they both came. The end, it wasn't Jadeveon Clowney. It was, what's his name? I forgot. But it was, the DN came in.
Away.
But listen, man, I like Herbert, man. I really do. I mean, people may not believe that, but I'm a Herbert fan. I really am.
Are we really blaming Herbert for the Miami loss?
No, I'm not.
Listen, I'm not blaming him for the Miami loss, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like he didn't play a part in losing the game. That's the difference.
The O-line was horrible in the.
You talking about the shootout? You talking about
they ran for over 200 yards in the game? How the hell was the O-line?
They were horrible. I said they were horrible in the fourth quarter. They could not protect Herbert. They were not protecting Herbert.
I just feel like that's just a game. I kind of view that Chargers-Dolphins game as basically like the Chargers-Lions game. He just lost. The Chargers just lost the game. I don't think it's on nobody. They just lost. It was a shootout.
I mean, yeah.
One team got the dub at the end.
It's on the defense. Like, you know?
Isn't it fair to compare him to Dan Fouts, though? The same college.
Now,
same
I'm the only person.
Oh, my bad. I forgot my order.
Bro, Trey, shut up. You fake old head. Like, you act like people don't know who Dan Fouts is, bro. Like,
yeah. Is it fair to compare? Is it, now that everybody knows who the world I'm talking about, is it fair to compare him to him? Same style of play, same college, same high-flying offense, no defense.
Don Coryell.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not crazy at all.
The difference
he's probably a modern version of it.
The difference between him and Dan Fouts, at least like Dan Fouts had Don Coryell, like he was a good coach. Like at least back then compared to like there.
So we blaming Herbert again, y'all? So what we doing?
Here we go. No, we're not blaming Herbert.
I'm not blaming Herbert.
Is what we doing, bro?
I just expect better from him.
Is what we doing, man?
Ben, how you feel about Herbert in the Chargers right now, bro?
I'm sorry, Brandon. I'm sorry that I expect greatness from him.
Thank you, bro. That's literally it, bro. Like
mediocrity.
It
with a sprinkle of high flying 50-yard throws every 3 games. I just
want to see Justin Herbert with like explosive play guy and a competent defense. It doesn't even have to be mid. It could be below average, but like
it can't be trash.
His defense is so fucking bad. It's so bad.
Every level. Yeah.
But the thing is though, I don't know if him getting an explosive playmaker will change how he plays because he plays robotic. Because it's not like that. I don't know if it's a offensive play calling issue. Like I don't know. It could be, but just the way he plays, he doesn't maximize his abilities like you see a Josh Allen. He showcases his abilities to the max. Mahomes showcases it to the max. I don't think Justin Herbert showcases it to the max, and I think he has similar abilities to them.
He does it in weird ways. He does it.
What's his name? Young. I don't even think the offense is the issue. I don't either. That's not even the least of my worries. Like the only thing I asked the Chargers to do is move on from Austin Eckler. Send him packing because you was the man. Because me and J-Rod was talking about this, bro. He was the main advocate for like the running backs when the running backs get paid. He's the definition of the right message, wrong person. You're not that guy, pal. You're not. You're not. I don't even like. I don't want to get.
But Trent, I will say this though.
You're looking at Jalen Warren right now.
Yo, Trent,
He's not.
It's sad.
He's not.
It's sad.
Nah, I will say this though.
Sad,
Although
bro.
we although we be slandering on this dude, bro, they missing Mike Williams, bro, because I'm not gonna lie.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's the only
Absolutely.
person who slanders Mike Will like that is G-Bot. That is G-Bot. Because he be talking crazy about Mike Will. Like Mike Williams is the biggest bailout on probably in the NFL right now. Damn near.
Yes.
Best jump ball receiver, bro, besides him and D-Hop. Like, bro,
it's him, D-Hop, T. Higgins. All of those guys are bailout receivers. Like, that's what they do best, is bailout.
Mm.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying, though. But now,
and Quentin Johnson the bus.
Chill, bro. Damn, I don't even like Quentin Johnson like that. You can't even say that. So
not bus, but they should have had Zay. They should have had Zay or Addison. That's my fault.
Man, do you think Bryce Young is a bust?
No,
it's too early.
You inconsistent as fuck. No cap.
How
you gonna say Quentin Johnson's a bust?
No, I didn't mean bust.
Because his man,
yeah, it's like
in hell right now.
That's reaching right now, my boy.
Come on, they're not bust.
He ain't even been playing significant snaps until lately either, though.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta let them play before we start calling them bust. Give it like next year or
I'm telling you. I always say wait till that second year around Thanksgiving. You'll know if they're good or not.
I usually do like a year and like 10 games.
Yeah.
What's his name? But just to ask y'all before we move on to the next topic, just on the Chargers alone, do we all agree that the Chargers should blow it up, or what should they do?
Yes.
I think they should blow up the defense.
Yeah, I think they should
because I say the same thing about the Bills too. You're paying way too much money to the defense, and what's it getting? Like you're not getting stops when you need. Which playoffs?
The Bills are a little different though.
Who cares? You might as well go pay for every receiver, every O lineman in the that's available. If you're gonna do that and just trot out the mid defense, you trotting out anyway.
The Bills are a little different though, man. They got a lot of injuries. They had a top 3 unit for years.
Well, that's what's gonna happen when they're 33, 34 years old.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not disagreeing, but I don't think it's the same. In that sense, though, that's what I mean.
Well, yeah, the Chargers are just bad. I
think they should blow it up.
But if you even think like I've had this conversation a lot. When the Bills defense needs a stop, they're not getting you a stop.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So if you're gonna pay Von Miller a whole bunch of money to get stops, you paying Trey White, and I love Trey White. You paying the safeties, you paying Milano, and they're not getting a stop when you need a stop. I might as well go pay for a receiver, go pay for some O-line, and we just gonna shoot it out. Like that's what you might as well do. Or go get younger. Go get younger.
I don't like.
In the draft.
Agree.
All right, so we keep it pushing. So, next topic. We talked about this last week, but so we're gonna react to this just because MVP is week to week. So I'm gonna start with you, champ. Who do you think is the MVP right now?
Christian McCaffrey. Right now he has 16 touchdowns. He's on pace to go for over 2,000 yards from scrimmage. And every time they give him the ball over 20 times in San Francisco, they win the game. In those 3-game losing streak, they didn't give him the ball 20 times. Matter of fact, the offense stalled without it. So Christian McCaffrey is my MVP. Dark horse MVP. Huh?
He wasn't hurt when that happened? When they didn't give him the ball on 20 times?
No, he got hurt against the
Browns.
He got hurt against the Browns. Yeah. He played the next week against Minnesota. So.
Yeah, he played the next week against Minnesota. But their 3-game losing streak, they didn't hand him the ball. They didn't give him a ball 20 times. And it doesn't have to be 20 times rushing. They break it up to him.
They need to give it to him 20 times.
They just need to give it to him 20 times.
20 touches.
Yeah, much like they used to do in the Greatest Show on Turf with Marshall Faulk. So, yeah. But as long as you get him the ball, the offense is real, real good. Dark horse MVP is Dak, though.
Yeah. Nigel.
And that's sad.
I don't have a concrete MVP, but I'll point this guy out. And this probably isn't the best week to do it because they just lost and he got hurt. But Myles Garrett, if you'd asked me this last week, I would have pushed Myles Garrett for like serious MVP consideration. Like the Browns were doing stuff that like teams hadn't done in like 40 years. He's being obviously we know like the double team stuff, and he's still damn near leading in sacks. If they can continue this, especially with their backup quarterbacks that they have, and they win like 11, 12 games, and their
Yeah,
defense is still like, I might have him number one, but Dak is a good candidate. I'd love to see the next couple of games because they're starting to ramp up. He's not going to be playing the Commanders and the Chargers and the Rams no more. He's going to have like real competition to go against. But assuming he could keep it up, he might also be a front runner. So, yeah, those are the two guys that came to mind immediately.
Trey.
I'm still stuck between Tyreek Hill and Myles Garrett because if I'm being honest, I don't feel great in giving it to any other quarterbacks this year. Like they've all been like passing throughout the league has just been down. So the quarterback play hasn't been great. These defenses have really been on people's asses. And at this point, yeah, like to me, it's you either give it to Tyreek Hill when he cracks 2K as a receiver, or you give it to Myles Garrett. Just because I'm sorry, he's the best. He's been the best player all year. It's been the most consistent dude all year. This defense has been ridiculous all year, despite what some people say. Cough, cough, Mookie. And on top of that, they have had piss poor play at the quarterback position, have lost their best player in Nick Chubb on offense, and have still won games because that defense is not only stopping people, it's also scoring points in critical games. So, yeah, go ahead. Strike it up. Give it to the man.
Young.
Yeah, I mean, if it were my vote, I would vote for Myles Garrett. Same thing that Trey just said. He's been the most impactful player to me for one unit. But realistically, I think Jalen Hurts is going to win it. If I were to see who's going to win it realistically, it's probably going to be Jalen Hurts because when these even though his numbers aren't elite, like no quarterback's numbers are elite, in a lot of these crunch time games, he's making the plays to win these games. And their record is, they're what, 9-1 now? 10-1. So, like, you know how much record plays a part in the voting for these people. And he's the best player right now on that team for them. And so, and the crunch time is speaking for itself. Like, against like you look at all these games where they're down 10 and they come back, Jalen Hurts is making plays. Now, his receivers are too, but he's making plays. So, I mean, I want Myles Garrett to win, but I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts.
Karen?
I'm really mad because I was going to pick Myles Garrett, and then he just had to get fucking hurt, which is, like, really annoying. But
it's going to be the second time he might get robbed from Defensive Player of the Year because he should have won it in COVID.
Yeah, they might give it to DeRon Bland, which is, like, annoying. But anyway, I got two guys in mind. I think Dak should get some love. I don't think there's like, yeah, you could say the quarterback, like the teams that he's played are like not that good, but they're destroying these teams.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like Dak is playing out of his mind, and there's some stuff that I have not seen him do in a very, very long time, making plays out of the pocket, like throwing on the run. Like he's throwing dimes out here. I think Dak should get more love. And the other guy is Tyreek Hill. I don't know where this Dolphins like offense would be without him. It would still be good, but it wouldn't be arguably the best in the league. Yeah, it's either Dak or Tyreek Hill for me, to be honest.
Last word.
Man, I got it right with my guy Tyreek Hill, man. I mean, he's on pace right now to go for not over just 2,000, but he might damn well get 2,000, 100-some yards. I read something the other day. Him and Julio Jones is the only two receivers in the Super Bowl era to go over, I think, 1,300 yards in the first 11 weeks or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And what he's doing right now, man, is just insane. But he's just at another level right now, and that's even with him having some bad drops in the season. So it's incredible what he's doing. But I'm not gonna lie though, man. I like Jalen Hurts' case to be made because of what my man said, what he's doing in crunch time. I mean, the man got 10 total touchdowns, 0 picks when he's trailing in the fourth quarter. That's big time, bro. And I think that comes in to consideration when you talk about these guys and who's the quote unquote most valuable player. So those my two.
All right, Ben.
Two come in mind. I got Lamar or CMC.
Tegan, who do you think is the MVP of the league?
Like the leader right now, what is it? The November 28th, 2023. It's probably Jalen Hurts, but I mean, this MVP race has been pretty lackluster. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not even trying to come off disrespectful to Jalen Hurts. Because when I say this, we're like, oh, you're a Giants fan about to say this. I'm not gonna lie. Tyreek Hill is the MVP right now. And I'm not, and because since Myles Garrett got hurt, I'm not even thinking twice. Not only is he probably about to break 2K, he's gonna have the triple crown with it too. So off that alone, he's clearly the MVP of the league. I'm not gonna lie. I understand the record with Jalen Hurts, and he's playing good in the crunch time. But bro, if they win like 10, 11 games and they make the playoffs, while he gets a 2K triple crown,
they're gonna make the playoffs.
Nobody had before.
They're gonna win the division.
A triple crown, bro. He is clearly the MVP to me. Just so
did anyone bring up Dak?
I think Tyreek.
Dak is a dark horse because
why is he a dark horse? Can he not just be a contender?
Now he is a contender.
I think he's a contender.
The reason why I say he's a dark horse team is because of that. They're beating up the cupcake teams. Now I get it. That's what you're supposed to do.
They beat the Eagles.
Now is what's if they beat the Eagles and when they run back with the Eagles and they beat them, he's going to be if they win, he'll be a legit MVP candidate. But to me, since Myles Garrett's in the sling and he's probably going to be out for a couple weeks, I think now it's clearly this is Tyreek Hill's award because he.
I think I'm because at the end of the season they got to go. They got to play Baltimore. They got to play Dallas, and I think they got to play the Jets again. If he can go off those games, the narrative will be there. I can see it.
Bro, like I'm saying though, he's getting a $150 every game. But the thing is though, Taylor Stan, bro, Keenan Allen's receptions and Tyreek Hill are like too far apart. So it only takes it's like 1 or 2 games for real.
Well, because Keenan Allen just caught like 14 passes, so that's why I'm
they're very even if Tariq is like second in receptions, 2K, and he's gonna be leading the league in touchdowns.
Oh yeah,
the MVP.
Like he's gonna have like 17 touchdowns by the end of the year.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, and that's almost close to Randy Moss's touchdown record. Yeah. So to me, bro, this is Tyreek Hill award. Though.
And also, like the thing about like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Hurts. To me, Tyreek Hill is clearly the most valuable player on his own team. Like we know the O-line is the most valuable part of the Eagles team. It is. Like I don't feel that Jalen Hurts is the most valuable.
The only reason I push back is because this O-line has been here before, and this team was not humming like this before. Like exactly.
If we're doing,
I'm not gonna take because what Hurts brings in the run game, not just the tush push, but like what he brings in the run game, Carson Wentz didn't bring that. Nick Foles.
Oh no, it matters. Yeah,
100%. It's huge. And their offense, it's a great O-line. I'm not taking away that the O-line is not great. But I think you take Hurts off that team, I'm not confident in them winning. Especially these close games. They're not winning these close games, to me.
But like, here's the thing, though. Do you think they can at least win, like, 7 or 8 games with this roster right now? Because, like, if you put, like, an average
quarterback.
Like, let's say you put, like, an average quarterback, like, and they have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and DeAndre Swift.
Put Russell Wilson on the line
in the league.
No, they put Jimmy G. Do the Jimmy G test.
Oh, they're not winning.
He's not average. He's below.
Jimmy G's not good.
Man, I didn't even realize. Hey, bro, I didn't realize Keenan Allen got 1,100 yards already.
Yes.
Keenan Allen having good.
It was crazy.
If we're doing the value thing, why isn't
since Karen is on here, because I know Tegan had to do the full screen apology about these players. I ain't gonna lie, Karen. We need it. Full apology. Keenan Allen right now. Fully.
Keenan Allen.
And he wasn't top 30.
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought Keenan Allen was washed.
Even I didn't say that.
I don't think he's as good as he once was, but he's definitely still a top 15 receiver. So yeah.
See. Progress. Y'all niggas was saying. I was saying, what was y'all saying, bro? Y'all was saying Drake London better than this nigga. Y'all was saying
that was a little, yeah.
No, I will say this.
That was extreme, and I'm a Falcons fan. That's extreme.
To me, Keenan Allen last year, he looked like he was shot. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, he was shot when you were coming from a hamstring. You gonna look shot.
Yeah, you should look at Cooper Kupp.
If you want to look at Wash, go look at
we gotta talk about Cooper Kupp for a sec.
What you mean by that?
Michael Thomas sacks.
Just wait until next year. I'm telling you,
you got it. Wait, hold on. Keep going, Karen. What you mean by that? Wait, keep going. What you mean by that?
Can we confidently say that Cooper Kupp is top 10 right now?
You said what?
Can we confidently say that Cooper Kupp is top 10?
Bro, come on, bro. He's been hurt, bro.
Last 2 years, he's 30 years old. Yeah, exactly. Like, are we not like injury taxing these players now?
Oh, here's my thing. You
just did it with Keenan Allen.
Injury tax Keenan Allen. Don't let it bite you twice.
Yeah,
no, because hold on. Here's the thing, though. Because
I'm injury taxing Joe Burrow right now.
Okay, so did you
rank him?
Did you injury tax like CMC and Saquon too when they was hurt?
I did. Yeah, I did.
At least if you keep it consistent, I mean that's fine. All I know is that this though, real quick, Karen. All I know is that this young. Remember how I said? Because again, I wish G-Bot was fucking here because he's so shit. And me and him used to yell for the screen for hours about this man Cooper Kupp. Hey, yo, remember how I said when Cooper Kupp start facing these top receivers, he gonna get put in Rikers Island?
Yeah, and then we also said if he were to line up outside a lot, if he lines up outside a lot, it's gonna be a struggle because that's a whole different ball game out there.
Wait, so is he the Sauce Gardner of wide receivers right now?
Now, because he actually travels around the field.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Hell no. I can't say that. I can't say that because Kupp actually moves around. But what Jair did to Cooper Kupp, bro. Ain't nobody talking about it, but that shit.
Jair put a lot of people in jail, though, boy.
Yo,
he does that for a living over there.
Dude, why can Jordan Addison cook Jair, but Cooper Kupp can't? Like, come on, bro.
Hey, I mean, it's all about matchups, bro.
I can't really. I'm about to say we don't see Justin Jefferson have a field day on Jair, but Jair came back and had a
no. He didn't have no field day on him in week 1. That's crazy.
Nah, he just wasn't guarding him.
He wasn't guarding.
I'm not just talking about week. I'm talking about just in general when they face.
Oh yeah.
In general, it goes. It's
I'm
like.
about to say I've also watched Terry McLaurin give that man absolute fits.
CD was giving Jair some problems too.
I mean, but CD like that though. CD,
y'all talking like CD and Terry?
No, I'm just saying Jair can get guys.
Yeah, any corner could get good.
What? Oh, any corner could. Yeah, I'm about to say.
But Jalen Ramsey.
Kupp is not going out there and just baptizing elite corners every week. That's not his game.
To be fair, like Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, he's not. You're right.
To be fair, like Terry McLaurin and CeeDee Lamb are top 10 receivers. So
yeah,
but
they are.
Let's move on because I saw the conversation on Ben Pod. Make sure y'all go. What's his name? Make sure y'all go like and subscribe and go to what's the name?
For sure.
Pod. We've been talking about it on Gridiron. We talked about it on Press Box. So now we're gonna talk about the show. Is Josh Allen really better than Jalen Hurts?
Oh man.
Hey, listen. Hey, hello.
I'm just asking a simple question. I'm not. What?
Hold on. Did you see what I sent you in the group message, right?
No.
Did you ever answer the question?
No.
I'll ask you later.
Okay. But hold on, Tegan, you kind of rolled your eyes a little bit. Talk to me. What's up?
What does Jalen Hurts do better than Josh Allen?
Nothing. He does nothing.
Literally nothing. The only thing he has
no. Like, what's like? If you say protect the ball, I'm gonna slap you dead in your face. Lie. Lie again. I swear, I don't know why this is a conversation. People are when's our QB stat merchant. I don't care anymore. Like, this is such a simple thing. People are overthinking this. It's Josh Allen. You move on. Jalen Hurts has developed and improved his entire career. All the credit. Stop dragging it. It's not that hard.
Jalen Hurts will never be a better thrower than Josh Allen.
It's just a better runner.
It's a talent issue.
Better runner.
Yeah, he's not a better runner, but that people can debate that. I'll give you that. But as far as throwing,
at least that's like kind of close.
Yeah, throwing the football, he will never ever get close to Josh Allen as far as throwing the ball, and that's just the reality of it.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and say.
Oh, that's a clip. That's a crazy clip. Oh my god, that's about to go viral.
Why is it always when I wear the cowboy hat? That it's just.
Hey, you're never beating the allegations. You're never
Cowboy hat merchant.
You're never beating them.
I already.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Tegan, I already told you what you look like, and you still decided to wear that.
Tegan, you look like a slave owner. It's true.
Yeah,
Slave on it.
you
Dude,
definitely.
if only y'all knew what was in the player's choice shit. Bro.
Hey,
Oh
you
my
definitely
God.
look like a villain. You definitely look like a villain from Django that got whooped by
Django, yep.
Hey, but Trey, what was you about to say? Trey, what was you about to say?
All right, this is my only thing with the Josh Allen Jalen Hurts thing. If you're asking me who the better player is, I am still going to say it's Josh Allen. However, the only thing I will give to the Jalen Hurts supporters in this argument is there is something to be said for guys having it up here consistently in pressure situations to keep calm, to not press, to actually just be steady, even keel, and consistently make plays when your team needs them to do it. Is he perfect? No. Is he a better athlete than Josh Allen?
Heck no.
But the one thing I can consistently say about Jalen Hurts, when it's time, like when the game's on the line, and it's like, hey, I need you to make a play and don't screw this up. More often than not, I can rely on Jalen Hurts to do that than I can Josh Allen at this point.
I agree.
There's obviously some context to that, but that's the only thing I'll give the Jalen Hurts supporters. Like, there's something to be said, and it has to be acknowledged about Jalen Hurts, because I get it, people drag it a lot, but part of the reason why people drag it is because that is a special trait. Not everyone has it, as we know. Like, the ability to consistently perform under pressure, that is a skill set. That is a trait. Yep. Like, that has to be acknowledged. You have to give credit.
But like, do we not like act like Josh Allen doesn't perform great under pressure?
Okay, no, he does, but it's too much of a toss up.
It's a double-edged sword. There's so many peaks and valleys with him that you have to acknowledge the valleys as well.
Brett Favre.
Oh, like I get that, but like
that's what I meant when we were talking earlier. When I was saying earlier, like there's context to some of this, but overall, like when you're asking, like, hey, Josh Allen, we need you to make a play. There are times where, cool, this is going to turn into a game-winning touchdown, or it turns into an egregious interception. Like, there's a difference between like throwing a pick because you tried to fit a ball in a tight window and it gets tipped and it ends up in the safety's hands. Okay, cool. We got to live with that one. But some of the decisions he makes in pressure situations when his team needs him the most are absolutely boneheaded.
Yep.
I get that, but like even on a bad day, I've seen many times, Josh Allen will go down the field, score a touchdown or a field goal. This happened against the Jets. They tied the game with the field goal. They lost in overtime because of a kick return. We saw with the Broncos. He had a terrible game. I know he played bad, but at the end of the day, they still took the lead. He scored that rushing touchdown. Like, I've seen him under pressure, even
he played like shit against the Giants earlier, and then in the second half, he pulled it together, and they needed him to win, and he did it.
Yeah. All right, that was rigged. But anyway. that was a rigged game. But anyway.
Yeah, Giants probably still won any.
They should have won. Like, the Giants should have won that game. But anyway, like,
no, yes.
The only reason I can't give Jalen Hurts is clutch. I'm not denying he's clutch, but like I've seen Josh Allen do this shit before as well. Like, yeah. So
look, I'm not saying he's the better player. I'm just saying that's the only thing I'll give the Jalen Hurts folks. Like, if you're asking me who I'm picking at quarterback, I'm still taking Josh Allen. If I'm building a team, I'm still taking Josh Allen.
Last word said it. He said, what was it? In the fourth quarter, Jalen Hurts, 10 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
Yep.
No picks. Yeah, his pass rating's like 140.
That's not Josh Allen's line. I promise you. And I'm a Josh Allen defender.
No, I know.
You gotta live. You have to. That's the one thing you have to live with.
I get it. No,
Hey, real quick, bro. Can we dead that Josh Allen sold that throw on the third down before?
Yeah, what are people talking about? That's actually.
Which throw?
Dead that, bro. It was obviously
his
that
very last throw before the field
goal. It was
goal.
really obviously that Gabe Davis was supposed to break inside.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the second time that happened in the same game. It happened. What's the name? Like in the first half when right before Diggs caught that touchdown. Dude ran a fade.
Running option routes off.
He ran a seam and then he broke out instead of breaking in.
When your offense, when you run option routes off the leverage, you're gonna mess up sometimes. That's what happens.
To say, like that's. I'm not about to sit here and make a big deal of that like people been doing on ESPN.
Yeah,
like
they
keep running the same clip, and people are like, whose fault is it? It's no one's fault. Unfortunately, that's what happens in football. Option routes have options in them. And sometimes
their choices.
When you slow it down in slow motion, it's easy to see it. When it's happening, the guns are firing at you. It's hard to see. Oh, he broke inside and he meant to go out. Like it's so slight that it happens. It happens.
Yeah, and also just because you're more clutch than someone, don't make you better either.
No,
no.
You're gonna start dying
on some bad hills because that's the case. Then we need some more praise on Big Eli. Hey, you talking about if we
also,
want to start? But y'all don't want to do that.
I'm not gonna lie. If your sole reason why Jalen Hurts is like better than Josh Allen because he's more clutch, you shouldn't have Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert in your top 5 at all.
Yep, I agree.
That's fine. I'm not saying
I don't listen. Josh Allen clears Jalen Hurts to me. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
the only thing that I'll give him is what Trey said, which was just
I understand.
He outplayed him yesterday. I mean, on Sunday.
No, I'm telling the people of like sports media in general. If you say that Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen because he's more clutch, you should not have Justin Herbert. You should not have Lamar Jackson in your top 5 at all because they have not shown us enough that they can be clutch. Like, yeah, they've shown in the past, but not as much as Jalen Hurts. Like,
that's fair.
We can. What's the name? We can moving on. Unless what's the name? Last you want to talk about this real quick? The Jalen, because I know you said he had to ask me a question. Your last word.
Whatever.
You said you had to ask me a question about that situation. What was the question?
Nah, it was it reminded me about the Myles Garrett and TJ Watt argument. That was
what was you gonna ask?
Get off that shit. Can we stop shitting on my boy?
Man, that argument is getting old, bro. It is getting old.
What's the question?
Nah, it was basically who set the edge better between the two.
Oh, Myles Garrett. I'm not thinking twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying because like the clutch thing, like the clutch,
I said that on
like
Brandon
TJ Watt's clutch and all that.
When I said that on Brandon pod, what's bro name? OJ. He said, "Nah, I ain't gonna lie,
OJ,
you don't know football." I'm like, "Okay, bro, okay."
Huh? OJ a bot sometimes, bro. He don't think straight.
Nah, I ain't tripping. It's just as funny as hell.
Just like Kenny, bro. No, I'm kidding, but
we can move on though. So, give me a second. No.
I'm dead.
Bro's out
But, now the Panthers fired Frank Wright. And I'm kind of feeling iffy about it. But,
you see what the owner said?
Nah,
crazy. He was talking crazy.
The fact you ain't see this.
The fact that he admitted that the coach wanted to take CJ Stroud. My thing is, I believe David Tepper still thinks he's in Pittsburgh, and he's not.
Yeah,
and he's used to that well-oiled machine. I don't think he's used to being an owner. He's used to Mr. Rooney being the owner, and he doesn't realize the buck stops with him. And people don't realize this: the reason that the Steelers are such a successful franchise is they don't switch head coaches like they change their drawers. So that's the reason why they're successful. They've only had 5 head coaches since 1967.
Mm-hmm.
So only 5. Look at the stability of their franchise.
10 years.
And No, it was. They've had 6 head coaches in Carolina since David Tepper has been the owner. I mean, you can't find. I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't. You can't find no stability in a Connect 4 game, much less you're a franchise at this point. So you have to find some stability in your head coaches. The fact that you only gave this head coach 13 games. 11. I mean, you gave him about as much game as Bobby Petrino gave the Atlanta Falcons when he left us. So how can you expect stability out of that?
Can I say
how
something?
Can you expect stability out of your quarterback or your franchise when you're firing coaches like you eating food? Come on, man.
Urban Meyer lasted longer.
I feel
crazy.
Frank
Daniel Hackett lasted longer.
I feel like Frank Reich is a much better coach than he was when he was with the Panthers. Like, I don't think that's the best we've ever seen from Frank Reich. Obviously, it's probably the worst. But, like, I just think it's so hard for a coach when you literally have a quarterback every single year that is different. Like, it's just, like, what coach is going to succeed with that, dude?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they fired him so early, if I'm a well-known guy trying to get a job, I'm not taking that job. That's crazy.
Yeah, like my thing about the Panthers now is that you fired Frank Reich. You don't have a first-round pick next year. Like,
which is going to be the number 1 overall pick.
What's the upside?
They got some. I think they have some money.
Space. They got $100 million.
Well, if you're a player, why would you want to go there?
Listen,
I mean, if you want defense, you have
money for some money.
Give me some money. I'm gonna go to Carolina for some money.
Yeah,
they got Brian Burns
on Miles Sanders. Where's he been?
Miles Sanders.
We always knew Miles Sanders was not good.
Yeah,
well, at least I did.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not discussing if he's good or not. They paid him that much.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, a little bit, but he was an Eagles O-line merchant. We know that.
Yeah, facts.
Like DeAndre. No.
Miles Sanders is
a little bit, Segan, a little bit. You on to something, a little bit.
DeAndre Swift.
Karen, Miles Sanders are awesome.
I was about to say that, Trent.
I was going to say this. If there is one person that is worse than Austin Eckler, it's Miles.
Okay, there you go.
It's Miles. He is bad. He is bad.
Does anyone agree that Frank Reich was the problem, or was it management?
No, it's management.
It's management.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Reich had some issues, though. He had some issues. But, I mean, he had no time to correct them.
Wasn't the problem? Like, he wasn't the main problem. He was a problem, but like he wasn't the main problem.
Okay.
When you got a first-year rookie quarterback, you have literally no weapons. The only bright spot you really have on that defense is Brian Burns. What do you expect out of a head coach in order for him to do? I mean, what do you expect me to do? I mean, this is a developmental project for at least 2 to 3 years. I don't have a first-round pick next year. I got a bunch of cap space that you can give me, but I'm not so sure you as the owner is going to give me the correct free agent that I need in order to turn this team around. And you're firing guys at a rate of half a year. I got half a year of a head coach in order to do anything. And then if you really want to be honest with you, Frank Reich had no business being the head coach. They should have kept Stephen Wilkes as the head coach, but I digress.
All right.
Champ.
Look, hold on. This is what I have to say about this. Because if we thought the Panthers were kind of a middling franchise under Jerry Richardson,
it really wasn't that bad. They still won the 2 Super Bowls under Jerry Richardson.
Look, that man was an old racist creep, and he had to sell the team because of Look, I ain't trying to. I'm not casting aspersions. I'm talking. This is facts. It's documented.
Yeah, it's documented.
It is what it is. But at the same time, at the very least, he wasn't this bad.
Jesus.
Jerry Richardson. David Tepper is the worst. He's the worst kind of owner you could possibly imagine. He has no business talking about football. He's a business guy, so his clock and the way he sees the world and the way things should operate are completely different from the way
you build a football team.
That the football world works. And on top of that, because he has money and because he owns the team, he thinks, cool, I get to sit there and fiddle and meddle and do all the things I want because The buck stops with me. There's no one to answer to. I'm the big boss. Well, the problem with that is if you don't know what you're talking about, this is what happens. The only reason why, like me, we were on Gridiron, me, Dawson, and I want to say one other person got killed because I said nobody in the NFC South was going to win more than 9 games. Because despite the brand name recognition, all of your teams are painfully mid. And if I was just going by what I thought about the coaching staff and what they had done in the offseason, I thought it was enough for them to possibly win 9 games if Bryce Young played well. What I did not account for was that David Tepper was this kind of meddler. When you find out that originally they weren't going to trade away DJ Moore, but he just threw DJ Moore in because he said, nah, we don't need a number 1 receiver. Those guys are expensive. Bryce Young's going to be a point guard. We don't need any highfalutin weapons. Then halfway through the season, you know what he's saying? Hey, we're looking for a number 1 wide receiver. Hey, I think he's in Chicago, stupid. Like, you want to talk about that decision. Then you want to talk about the previous press conference earlier this year with Frank Wright, where he's talking about how engaged of an owner David Tepper is. That is a gigantic red flag, the biggest of red flags from a guy who was in his first season as a head coach, and he has to answer as to why his owner is so quote unquote engaged in the day-to-day football activities, while you're like what is his background? What, he's like a hedge fund manager or something?
He's a hedge fund manager. He used to be, and the thing was, piggybacking on you, Trey, do you think he used to be a part of the Pittsburgh franchise? Yeah. You didn't learn anything from those guys? You didn't learn anything from the movies?
They don't say a
word.
You
didn't learn anything?
They don't say a word. Thing. When you get all of that money and you finally get your own toy, you want to play with it how you want to play with it. That's the problem with a lot of these owners. But
the thing is, you should at least learn something. When the Bucs at least learn something from what you're. If a team, don't mean to cut you off, I apologize.
No, it's good.
If you are a part of a winning franchise that has won 6 Super Bowls and has not had a losing season in almost the past 20 years, you should learn something from that.
I'm telling you,
you should learn something. You've been part of that franchise and seen them transition from Bill Cowher to Mike Tomlin. You haven't seen them change head coaches like that. You've seen them bring in the talent that they need in order to reach the playoffs. You've seen a coach never have a losing season, and you mean to tell me you set your behind there and didn't learn anything from your business partners that you were there for over 20 years? How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be?
It's because he's just like, I can do it what I want and nobody can stop me. That's literally
if you're part of the Steelers franchise, I was just gonna be real. If you're part of the Steelers franchise, if you're dumb enough, they made it simple enough.
They don't meddle with nothing in
if you're dumb enough, they made it.
I don't think I've ever heard Art Rooney talk. I don't think
I've never heard.
I have no idea.
Never heard.
Because they take Kevin. They take Kevin Colbert. They take now Omar Khan. They take those guys and they let them do their thing. They don't meddle.
And they've always been that. And they've always been like that. And they've always been like that, dating all the way back to Bill Nunn when he was a scout, but for the HBCUs, they were scouting back then. He was always like that. They were always hands-off owners. Get people in place in order to get their jobs done. Stop being a hands-on owner just because you see like this is a football team. You're doing basically what Donald Trump did in the USFL. You're being an idiot about it.
Yep. All right, we can move on. You know, Broncos on a 5-game winning streak. Shout out versus Sean Payton. I'm gonna start with you. Last word. Do you think they can make some noise come playoff time?
I'm not fully sure if they can make some noise, but as it stands right now, I don't think it's a team in the league that want to see them right now. They playing as good as football as anyone can play. I think the defense is figuring it out with Vance Joseph. They made some adjustments on that side of the ball. PS2 is looking like PS2 from last season. And Russell Wilson is playing better. He's not playing at the level you thought you were going to get, but he is playing better. He's managing games better. He's coming up big in big moments, like how you wanted him to, like he did against the against the Vikings, and who they just played recently.
They played the Browns.
The Browns, yeah. They pretty much handily beat the Browns. The Browns ain't got no quarterback, but he made some big throws against the Vikings, and I gotta give him credit for that, man. They're figuring it out. They're running the ball well. I thought they could run the ball well with Javonte Williams and them guys back there. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm confident that they can make noise if they make the playoffs, but they'll be a tough out for whoever they face if they do make it. I'll say that.
Kieran?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. How the hell are they 6-5? Like, being dead ass. Like
Chase of the 2000 Ravens.
They got turnovers.
I guess they're not turning the ball over. Like,
and
creating
turnovers
all better, but I just don't see this team like doing anything in the playoffs. Like, even if they make it, like they play
Chase of the 2000 Ravens.
Young.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really buy it because I don't think this kind of style is gonna win a Super Bowl if that's what they're trying to do. I think they're gonna be competitive as long as they don't turn the ball over. They're gonna be in games because they can play physical, as you just saw what they did with the Browns. That's a physical style football they're playing. Don't turn the ball over, run the football, play the clock, and make the other team make mistakes. You can stay in a lot of games in the league doing that. How high is that ceiling? I don't think you get down to, you go play Lamar and then you're down 21, you're cooked. You get down 14 to a lot of these teams, you're going to be cooked. So, I mean, I think there's a style, a formula for them to be competitive. If they stick to it, they can be a problem for a lot of teams. If they don't, you can see them get blown out like they were earlier. I think that's going to be the line they teeter on all year.
Who the rest of their games? Who else
they got an easy schedule.
They got a pretty easy schedule, bro.
Not easy, but
the next couple games is tough.
No. The next couple,
the Chargers, the Lions, the Pats, the Chargers again, and then the Raiders. So they could win.
The end of it is good. Yeah.
Look, they can win
I'm with
3 of those. I think they can win 3 of those games.
This is what I will say about this is what I'll say about the Broncos. First and foremost, shout out my guy, Kerry Colbert, coaching the receivers. Got Cortland Sutton out here looking like old Cortland Sutton from SMU. Yes.
They've been here.
Definitely saving his career. Definitely saving his career. So shout out my man Casey. But outside of that, I'm kind of where Kieran's at. Like, yeah, like Russell Wilson hasn't been terrible. He also hasn't been great this year.
Yeah.
The offense is better. It's not great. The defense has gotten much better, but
still not great.
Are you asking me, like, do I think they'll win a playoff game? No. Like, honestly, the fact that they're even being talked about making the playoffs, the way this team looked, like the first month and a half, kudos to you, Sean Payton. Like, hell of a turnaround, sir. Like, dude, I'll give you but outside of that, why the hell are we even talking about this for real? Like,
can I say something real quick? Why did this not happen the first 6 weeks? Like, I don't get it. Why do you have to wait until the end of October to do something?
Because it takes, just like we were talking about earlier, it takes time to understand fully what you want from the guys. Like, you can't just come in it's rare that you come in one off season and just turn it around. You got to install so much. And it's not like, I'm not going to say they're the most talented team either. They're not a super talented team. And if you look at how they're winning these games, you had the Chiefs, they had 5 turnovers. A lot of these games, they're just getting turnovers and playing ball control. It's not like they're out there scoring 40 on teams. They're just not getting beating themselves. That's half the battle in the NFL. So
yeah, it's like I don't expect the team with Sean Payton to start off 1-5. Like, I just don't.
Oh, I agree. I think there was stuff going on behind the scenes that they're not talking about, and I think now they're just like screwed.
If they started 3-3, I'd be like, okay, like figuring out a little bit. You're 3-3, your season's not dead. 1-5, you're just like, oh fuck, we're done. But like, I don't know.
6-5? What, 6-5?
Yeah, they
5.
4-5 straight. Yeah.
Okay, I will say this: if they beat CJ Stroud, they'll say it was legit. I'll say they're legit.
All right, Nigel.
Yeah, a lot of what Trey was saying and what Kieran was saying, the turnovers have been like they've gotten a crazy amount of them. They've gotten 15 in the last 4 games. Like that just doesn't happen. It's not sustainable. Like especially in these next upcoming games, maybe against the Lions when they play them, because the Lions have been turning the ball over like crazy over the last couple of weeks. But it's just not and they're barely winning some of these games. Like the Vikings, they win by 1. The Bills, I mean, you have the 12 men on the field on the field goal that they missed.
That's a loss, yeah.
And then they get a second chance, and you're right, exactly. So like they've come close. That the Chiefs game was very good, but again, 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers. It's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. So what was that?
They only scored 24 points in that Chiefs game. Like
in the Chiefs, yeah, because they kept getting the ball in ideal field position. Yes.
When you get 5 turnovers,
so they weren't tracking the length of the field.
24 points, that's a problem. You should blow them out. You should be scoring 40.
Yep.
There should be like 38. Yeah.
I also have to take Russell Wilson, but I'll let Cham go first.
Oh, we always gonna get the clips out. So what you got to say?
Listen, I understand that Russell Wilson has a great touchdown interception ratio. People are saying that Russ is back. He's not back. Like if you watch the games, like, he's throwing like dick and ducks like all the fucking time. They're not making him throw it down the field at all. Like his mobility is almost shot at this point. Like he's not back.
Bro.
I understand. Like, listen, he's still a solid QB. I'm not taking that away from him. He's still solid. But he's not a top 10 quarterback. We gotta stop this.
Okay. Okay.
Let Ben go. Let Ben go.
Okay, hold on. All right. I think y'all being a little I don't know how to say it, bro, but y'all talking about Rush right now, bro. Y'all gotta give this man more credit than
No, I don't.
what he should. Why not?
He's essentially a Trent Dilfer for that team, bro. He's a Trent Dilfer for that team, bro.
Oh wow. Yeah, Wildin.
Trent Dilfer.
Hold on, Trey. Can you explain that?
He's essentially just managing the game. That's all he's doing. Not turning the ball over, not making simple mistakes. I mean, being careful with the ball, holding on to the ball, not taking sacks when he needs to. Like I said earlier, he is reminiscent of what Trent Dilfer was in 2000 for the 2000 Ravens. And like I keep telling people, there's nothing wrong with that if you're a game manager at this point in your career.
It is with the money he's getting paid.
That's true.
We just looking for you not to make mistakes on this field at this point.
Yeah,
that's crazy to be getting paid $40 million a year. I can go get drafted.
Your comp is Trent Dilfer. That's the problem. I'm not going.
So, Champ, I got another example.
We saying the quarterback. So we saying the quarterback that's getting paid what, $230 million?
Yeah,
looking like Trent Dilfer.
Yep.
That's
a problem. That's a problem.
That means he's butt.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I got another example. How about like a high upgraded Jimmy G?
That's a problem.
That's not good.
I don't even know if he's. Hold on. I don't even know if he's upgraded Jimmy G.
Well,
Jimmy G not
Jimmy G best. Do you
Jimmy
think
G
he's
not
top 15 quarterback at his best?
No,
15-20.
No, that's not good. Though.
Yeah. We give Kyle.
He's getting paid $40 million annually. What are we saying?
Tell him to not fuck up. Yeah, I guess he could be top 20.
Ben, if you're literally about to say that Russell Wilson, a dude who's getting paid almost $300 million, looking like an upgraded version of Jimmy G, that's terrible.
Ben, Russell Wilson, just to let you know, he's the 7th highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I know.
He's not even top 10, bro.
He's okay.
To me, he top 15.
I don't know.
If you stretch it,
you think he better? You think he better than
Prescott
right now?
Better than who?
You think he better than that right now?
No, I got that.
What about Kirk Cousins?
I got Kirk.
Healthy.
I got Kirk.
What about Stafford?
I go Stafford.
I might go
How the hell is he top 15? That's like
no. Trent,
all
Trent,
we're asking him to do this year is manage the game. His
Wait,
stats were not
what
marvelous these last couple of games.
Wait, what did Trent say?
What is Russ, Trent?
Who did Trent say?
They both washed. That's what I'm saying.
So you'd go Russ though? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a middle.
Wait, who did Trent say?
Okay, fine. It is a middle. No, he said Russ might be better than Stafford, and I was.
He might.
I feel like when you're almost getting paid 50 million, if you're going to get paid 50 million and you're comparing me to these quarterbacks, that's a problem.
I was about to say, see, that's
Jared Goff better too.
I was about to say, see,
I'm
that's
not gonna lie, dude.
As long as they're winning, they're not going to call it a problem, especially when talking heads on television.
This could be he banned the tour.
No, hell no.
It's not.
No,
He banned the tour.
No. Hey,
He banned the tour.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Ben, why is Russell Wilson better than Tua? Go ahead.
Well, I just know. Well, Tua haven't been the same like from what he's been doing for the beginning of the season. He hasn't been the same. He's been throwing ducks.
But Russell Wilson hasn't even. But Russell Wilson hasn't touched what Tua was doing in the beginning of the season. Like not even close. Hasn't touched it.
A bad game from Tua the other day was over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, bro. A good game for Russell Wilson is.
I'm not even like crazy about Tua.
I mean,
like,
right? He threw over 200 yards last game. He barely threw for over 200 yards last game. That's how come I keep saying he's essentially Trent Dilfer this year. Just manage the game and don't throw us.
Oh, he hasn't thrown for yards at all this year. This is not the first time. This is not the first time. He had a game under 100 yards against the Chiefs.
Last game he threw for 134 yards.
Exactly. And people are calling me crazy because I'm calling him Trent Dilfer for this year. That's not a stretch.
Yeah, but the thing is, that ass. It's like what Trent was just saying. That's not what they paid him to be.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not even
what they paid him to be. That's not what they're paying him to agree. I agree 100%. But as long as they're winning, they're not going to look at that.
Hold on, wait. This the real one for me, Brandon. This the last one I got. Is he better than Geno Smith right now?
Nah, Geno been bad, bro. He been.
No, I'm saying, you think he better than Geno, like right now?
Nah, I go Russ.
Okay,
I go Russ.
I could give you that one.
I'd still go Geno. I'm sorry. I can see both arguments, but me personally, I'm taking my bets on Geno. I ain't gonna lie.
You a Russ lover? Also, yeah, because we all know Geno wrote back and Ben don't want to admit it. But anyways, the fact that you're a Russ lover and you literally said that Russell Wilson's an upgraded version of Jimmy G, you're not a Russ fan, bro.
Yeah.
That's so disrespectful, bro.
No, I'm saying he playing he game managing like Jimmy G. That's what I'm saying. Like right now,
that's not.
I genuinely think Jimmy Garoppolo was asked to do more with the Niners than Russell Wilson is right now. Like I'll say that right now. I think he was asked to do more, which is nuts.
Why you say that? Why you say that?
Russell Wilson, dude, are you seeing some of these like? He is straight dinking and just look at the Bills game. Look at the Bills game. Look at the
downfield at all, bro.
Samaje Perine out here catching like 6 passes. Like, what are we doing? And Adam Troutman is out here catching passes. We got Marvin Mims has been on this team. He's gotten like 15 catches the whole year, and he's supposed to be a deep threat. They haven't done that at all this year. All Russell Wilson has had to do is they run like some of the hardest play action I've ever seen in my life. Like the hardest cells, he will fully extend his arm. He's like, it's the funniest thing ever. Like straight play action. I don't know. Like he reads it like short to the right. Like he's not asked to do much. I'll just put it that way. He really is not. Like he's got some of the lowest responsibility in the league.
Yeah. Perine and McLaurin having career years fucking with Russell Wilson. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, guys, want to hear these passing yards since week 5? 196, 95, 194, 114, 193, 259, 138.
What's their record? What's their record in those games?
6-2.
Hold on.
5-2.
5.
They might be like 4-2.
They're 6-2.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. They lost the Jets, lost the Chiefs, but yeah, they
that's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy.
he might be just a little bit of upgrade of Jimmy G though, because that's what Jimmy G was doing in the playoffs. They just don't mess the game up. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, because like you watch the first like 3 games, I think Sean Payton was just trying to put all the offense on Russell Wilson, and clearly it was not working.
When you're getting paid $50 million, you better be able to carry my offense.
I know.
If you can't do that, I'm gonna be honest. You got to go because we can pay this $50 million to somebody else or get a better roster and get a rookie and do what they're doing in San Francisco. Go get a 7th-round quarterback. That's cheap. And distribute the money to some real ballers. Because I'm not about to have my quarterback that can't do nothing, can't carry the load with $50 million, getting paid $50 million. I'm sorry.
Dang, I didn't even know the passing yards was that low. I'm like, dang, I thought it was like 250 or something like that. Like
50 he's barely averaging 200 yards per game.
And he has like 20 TDs.
I say last night, still averaging like 183 yards.
He has like 10. He has like 20 TDs and like 5 picks. And he has like 2,000 yards passing. You know that, right?
Nah, that's good. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I'm like, but
let's next topic though, bro, because we was talking about the 2010s a lot. Like, what's the name last week? Talking about running backs and stuff. Let's just play a little game. Like, who would you rather have? Who you think is better? P for P. P for P 2010. P for P 2010 edition. All right. So I'm gonna start it off. I'll go by you first, Trey. Richard Sherman or Patrick Peterson?
Oh man. Oh man!
Oh, I know where he's going.
The way he turned his head just makes me just cringe right now.
Ain't no way you about to say Richard Sherman clear Pat Pete, bro.
He doesn't.
No, why would you put me in this position? Why would you?
Oops. Go ahead, answer.
I'd probably still say Patrick Peterson, but it's way closer than what people think. And if somebody told me Richard Sherman, I'm not mad at it. And for all of you people, hold on,
I'm with you. I'm right with you.
Go ahead and just clarify this because I had to listen to a decade of people who never played football or only played high school football try to explain to me how cover 3 works. So let me just go ahead and say this. For all of you that kept calling him a zone corner, hey, stupid. This isn't 2003. Nobody plays spot drop cover 3 anymore. Nobody says, hey, just run 30 yards down the field. There's something called max man principles. If you are a cover 3 corner and you are in press bail, if the number 1 receiver, aka the motherfucker right in front of you, goes more than 10 yards vertical, you have to carry him wherever he goes. So if he goes to the sideline, you go to the sideline. If he runs a post and goes across the field, well, guess what? You got to carry his ass over there too. So that is man coverage, stupid.
So who are you taking?
You can play man coverage.
He said Sherman. Oh, you said Pat Pete? Oh, yeah.
I still said Patrick Peterson. But I need to stick up for my guy because so many people who didn't know shit about football try to tell me, oh, he's a zone corner. No, you're just an idiot.
Nobody has run spot drop, man. Since Saban introduced match, they have not done any spot drop, man. Nobody does that.
No, I think it's just a bunch of dumbasses just look at his best plays and he's in zone. That's like it.
All right, but what's the name?
But it's not even zone. He's zoning because he's just getting eyes on the quarterback. But he's playing, man.
Even if he is a zone corner, like primarily, he still was a good man-to-man corner. Like,
facts. I literally saw him put AB in jail, man-to-man.
Yes, but
and remember, and he was traveling too.
I've never seen put AB in jail. He put him in fucking Alcatraz.
He put AB in Rikers Island. That's why when we thought. That's why
not Marcus Sweet.
Sauce and Sherman. I'm like, bro, shut up. But last word, who you got? Pat Peter on.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta go with my guy. I mean, I've been a huge Richard Sherman fan, bro. I got
sir.
His ball skills at corner for me, especially being the fact that he was a former receiver at Stanford, I thought that played tremendously in his favor because he understood route concepts better than most corners, and he understood the looks they gave him. So I got to go with that IQ and the ball skills he had. I got to take him over.
And just to piggyback off of what you were saying, it wasn't like people tested him off. Like that was the thing. It wasn't like he was a JC Jackson where cool folks are just throwing at you everywhere. And sometimes you come up with a pick or two and a couple of PBUs, and then other times you give up some catches. Like, no, these were games where people were like, damn, I don't want to throw to Earl Thomas. Damn. I don't want to throw it over the middle here because Cam Chance is gonna knock somebody out. Cool. I got one window right here. And no, you did it because Richard Sherman got great hands.
And Trey, that's literally why I hate the argument when people try to use Sauce and compare him to Richard Sherman. Because if you throw Sherman's way, it is going to be an interception half of the time. You cannot say the same thing with Sauce. And they throw it Sauce. They throw it Sauce.
I remember that game against the Packers. Aaron Rodgers didn't even look Richard Sherman with. I think he only had 2 targets the whole game.
He literally called him out on it mid-game.
Ben, who you got? You know you biased, but who you got?
No, you know I got Sherman, man. I got Sherman.
Young, who you got?
You know I got Pat Pete because I love the versatility of Pat Pete. That's just the only thing that to me. But it's close though. It's close though.
The original number 7, baby. You can't get no better.
Yeah.
Despite my bias about Pat P, because he sucks now. I gotta give him credit. He's probably one of the best man-to-man quarters I've ever seen. Like, so this is like tough for me. Like, it's
we also have to remember Patrick Peterson was not a little guy playing man-to-man on the island. This is a man who was 6'1", 210, and during the middle of his physical, like people forget about this. That one little like blip of a year he had during the middle of his career, where it was like people were like, he doesn't look the same. The dude ended up being diagnosed with diabetes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It still played at a high level for many years after that. So
I might go Patrick Peterson. I don't know. That one's close for me. I don't think Peterson gets a lot of love. I hate him now because he's on the Steelers.
His return ability was underrated too, man. He was a hell of a returner, bro.
Hey, bro.
He was a hell of a returner.
Yeah, facts.
Patrick Peterson and Richard Sherman, like all time, they borderline top 5. They ain't top 5, but they in that category.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad.
Richard Sherman. Now Richard Sherman is, I'm not gonna lie. I got Richard Sherman 6, but like
I was about to say they're both probably in that next cluster of guys.
Yeah, right after that elite group. I got
lower. I think they're both lower in top 10 because I don't think Richard Sherman did it for that long. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
He had a 3-year stretch where he not only picked off the most passes, but he was the least targeted corner. I mean,
but
that's insane, bro. Like that's not even supposed to be possible at that point.
Yeah.
The thing is like if I have to move Sherman down, I might have to move Revis down, but I'm not going to do that.
All right, I just want to check the area because I'm gonna ask this question. I think I had this debate with Trey a while ago, but I think everybody should know the right answer. Yo, Odell or AJ Green?
Oh man, that's tough,
bro.
It's not that tough.
I'm taking Odell. That's me.
Why is that? Why is that a question?
Why is that a question? It's Odell.
I'm taking Odell.
It's definitely Odell.
But I'm not gonna lie. We're kind of sleep on what AJ Green was.
No, he was like that.
His younger years, he was nice.
AJ Green was nice. AJ Green was tough,
but he wasn't. He wasn't Odell. But
he's not in that category with Odell, bro.
Can I say something? I think if it was AJ Green and Demaryius Thomas, it would be a better debate. That's just me.
Okay, this is what I will say. If we're talking about the actual,
he played longer. He didn't get that much.
How was that buckshot?
Wait. This is
I don't even know if he did way more. Like,
hold on. This is what I'm trying to say. If we're talking about the actual career, AJ Green had a lot more like sustained success in terms of being healthy and consistently producing. Like you can't take that away from that man. However, if you're asking me like the peak, dog, it's Odell. It's Odell.
What?
It's not really that.
Huh?
I'm not gonna lie. At best, AJ Green was like the fourth best receiver.
Wait, time out.
No. He was
At one point, when was AJ Green better than
Julio, ABD, Hoppo.
Like what? He wasn't even better than D Hop.
No, he won't.
No, he wasn't.
What? He was.
Hold on, was
never
he?
in the best receiver
Nah, I ain't
conversation.
gonna go there. He might be
He was
better.
never in the best receiver.
Trey, how about T.Y. Hilton?
AJ Green is better than T.Y. Hilton.
Oh,
AJ.
wait, hold on. Y'all about to. I know y'all not about to say T.Y.
You said what?
No, see, AJ's better. AJ's better.
Yeah, AJ.
Yeah, AJ.
I thought we'll say T.Y. hitting over AJ. I was about to say, let's
No.
not. I was about to say,
Let's not kid ourselves.
No, AJ's a clear 5 in that era.
T.Y. Hilton just hit my
Yeah,
heel.
I don't know what dude's talking
No
about.
way.
He wasn't even the best receiver in his division.
Okay. Listen. In 2016, you had AB, or in 2015, you had AB, you had Julio, and
That's it.
Megatron. Yeah.
Wait, talking about even just stop at AB and Julio. That's it. You don't even have to go to Odell.
Clear. They cleared him.
You don't even have to.
they do.
AB and
They do.
Julio is like they.
Hey, look, hello. So who? Josh Gordon or AJ Green at their best? Who y'all got?
We had
Josh
this
Gordon.
argument.
I think that Josh Gordon one season is better than any year of AJ Green's whole career. And I said this though.
Well,
I said this,
bro, it's better than most people at their peak. It was that good.
Yeah, like I'm taking.
He did it. He did it in. Did he do it in what 11, 12 games?
He did that with Jason Campbell
And did Jason Campbell as quarterback?
Campbell.
And yeah,
and Brandon Weed.
yeah.
Ryan
Yeah.
Hoyer.
Come on, man. Like, nah, bro.
look,
Josh Gordon was a fucking.
I'm glad we
now we
got
get
AJ Green or Odell.
Usually I'll be biased.
Bulldog.
Usually I'll be biased, but I can't do that to myself. This, as much as I have a love-hate relationship with Odell, but I gotta go Odell on this one. I know AJ Green, he's a Georgia Bulldog, but I gotta go with Odell.
All right, bad. All right, this is gonna get Ben mad. LaShawn McCoy, Marshawn Lynch. Champ, who you got?
What are we talking?
Marshawn Lynch.
Oh,
Marshawn
no.
Lynch.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Go ahead, Kieran. Go ahead.
I just want to be different. I'm just being an ass. I'm gonna be different today.
Go ahead, Kieran.
I think it's shady, but I don't think it's like absolutely out of the water.
Last word.
I'm not going.
I don't think
Trey.
Listen. I'm not going.
Like I said, I just want to be different, bro.
I love Marshawn Lynch, man, but this shit ain't close. It's shady, bro.
It ain't.
This shit
It ain't. But like I said, I just want to be different
This
because I knew
shit
every
ain't
last one of y'all was gonna pick.
Nah.
look, let me just go ahead, and I know you ain't asked me, but I'm about to go ahead and say it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you next.
There's probably nobody on this panel who enjoyed Marshawn Lynch's play style more than I did. I am the champion of. I believe that violence is the answer. I love watching somebody get beat the hell up. I love watching somebody get ran over. And that's all he did was beat people up. Like, he ran like he was trying to fight people while he was carrying a football. I love Mark Lynch. Bruh, why in the hell are we even having this conversation?
You know
I
why
will
we
say
having
this
this
though.
conversation, Trey?
I will say this though. He was a pretty decent out the backfield running back.
I'm about to
his
say,
hands
better. No. You want to talk about, we talk about receiving backs. You know who was actually a really good receiving back? LaShawn McCoy is what Austin Eckler wish he could be.
Cook.
That's what stay catching strays with y'all, man. God.
Now I'm just just off me personally.
No,
hold on. I'll go after all y'all. So I'll go after all y'all. Hey, Young,
damn. Do we remember how
shady is not even close?
Wait, hold on. Do we remember how many of them games, specifically them those last peak years that he had in Philly, where he was shaking dudes in the snow,
snow,
still carrying the ball all the way out here, but somehow and fumble the bitch.
You know how hard it is to juke in crazy conditions like that?
Fam,
it's crazy.
How you get your foot in the ground to even make the cut?
It's crazy.
Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, Trent. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I got shady too, but it's close, bro. Yeah, I got shady though.
Trent saying he's
I watched Shady McCoy break.
It's shady. It's shady. I don't think it's a discussion. It's shady.
I'm gonna have to get on my Marshawn Lynch propaganda all season, but yeah.
It's time.
Yeah, he get overrated a lot. Just call for Beastquake. That's a whole other time for another day, bro.
Let's not do that with Marshawn. That's my guy.
Nah. Some people think he top 20 all the time.
Nah, like I said, I'm not doing this to my guy.
I think Shady is like a tier ahead of Marshawn. Like only a tier. That's just funny.
Like Marshawn not even better than Jamal Charles. I stand by that.
I agree.
Well,
I think
I was gonna say.
I think Jamal's. You guys may hate this, but I think Jamal Charles is better than Shady.
I don't even think that's ridiculous.
I agree.
Crazy.
That's
not crazy. It's not crazy.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy.
I think Jamal Charles is probably one of the more underrated football players that's ever played. He leads the NFL history in yards per carry.
He ran for 1,400. He ran for.
Be honest with you. I'm not taking Marshawn Lynch over Nick Chubb.
Me neither.
Neither am I.
I'm not, bro. I'm not
either. No,
okay,
I'm not either. Ben, you would take Marshawn over Nick Chubb.
You taking Marshawn over Nick Chubb?
No.
I actually think Chubb kind of clears, to be completely honest.
You think Marshawn Lynch better than Saquon, Ben?
Ooh-wee.
No, he's not.
Ooh-wee.
You said ooh-wee for Saquon, but he better than Chubb?
I'm just saying, like, no, he not. Bro.
Chubb is better. That's a good one.
He not. Hey, Chris, you came in mad late game. It's good, though. Fuck it. Nah, but let's keep it going. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Can I just ask that? Why do you think Marshawn's overrated?
Just off the fact that
I'm not saying you're wrong.
The basis of being overrated is being ranked really where you ranked. And I've heard a lot of people say that Marshawn Lynch is top 20 and he's closer to 30 than he is 20.
That's fine.
Now you can and it's not even a bad thing because there are so many running backs in this era, especially in the 2000s, that were just so good. Like you're not telling me Marshawn Lynch better than Steven Jackson. Like I'm not even debating. If you really, I'm sorry. If you really think, I don't know if y'all really was in tune with Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson.
If y'all was saying that Marshawn Lynch is better than Steven Jackson, you're crazy. Hey, Aaron, if you think Nick Chubb is better than Marshawn Lynch, you should for sure think Steven Jackson is too.
Trent, Steven Jackson or Derrick Henry?
Don't do that.
I already know where he's going.
I swear to God,
he's going to say Steven Jackson.
That is no.
Hey, all I'm gonna say to people, go watch Steven Jackson.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not.
Watch him in his prime. I might. I don't know. But watch.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. For me, it's a coin flip, man.
Hey, if you want to say Derrick Henry's better than Steven Jackson,
coin flip.
I would take Derrick Henry.
But
Steven Jackson is there.
But if somebody says Steven Jackson better than Derrick Henry, I don't know if y'all was really with tune with Steven Jackson, bro. Bro was 6'2",
bro. He was really
and you want to talk about explosiveness in between the tackles, and he was a really good
not straight line. He had like
he did it. And listen, remember,
give you some work. Like he did some work.
He did it with nothing else. Nothing else. It was him. He was the offense, bro.
I mean, he arguably had one of the greatest seasons of a running back in 2006. Had over 1,500 yards rushing and 800 yards receiving.
Mind you, and champ, he did that with Torrey. No.
The Rams were terrible by then.
No, he did that with Torrey. I think he did it with Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce with him. That's still OD hard to do.
Yeah.
With those type of weapons around you, that's still hella hard. And I'm not saying Marshawn Lynch is not explosive. He's not more explosive than Steven Jackson. And this is ridiculous. You're on the net.
Nah, Maurice Jones.
Maurice Jones.
I'm not gonna lie. JD was MJD.
But I'm saying, okay, I don't think it's a crazy take to say Steven Jackson over Derrick Henry. Now I get Derrick Henry ran for 2K. We have to understand we have to, when you watch Steven Jackson run, he had the explosiveness. He can actually move side to side, unlike Derrick Henry. Yeah. He can actually move side to side. He was a great receiving back, and he was running over people left and right. It wasn't like he was soft. Like, bro was ridiculous. No, I'm saying though, like, bro, he was really.
I believe if you put Steven Jackson in that same system that Derrick Henry was in, I think he rushed for over 2,000 yards. I think
Steven Jackson's the most underrated running back ever. Like, ever. Like, we always talk about running backs with versatility, but like, bro was literally Derrick Henry size, moved quicker than him, and he had the receiving ability.
He was a better pass blocker too. A lot of people don't like to talk about pass blocking, but he was a better pass blocker.
Like, bro, Steven Jackson was that dude, bro. Like, he was.
I like Steven. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it was just
I saw Steven Jackson firsthand. For me. I remember that. I had Steven Jackson's jersey, so
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And I'm gonna say this so I can get my own clip, bro. Because he brought up Frank Gore.
Man, please get into it.
Respectfully, Frank Gore is the Mike Evans of running backs.
That's what I said.
Like, he had good longevity, but like, and I get he's what it was like top 5 in rushing, or like number 2,
top 3, I think. I think he's third right now. Yeah,
he right up there. He right up there with Walter Payton.
Yeah, he had great longevity stats. When we talking about these guys peak for peak, bro, he is not in these convos, dog.
And there's nothing wrong with that either.
There's nothing wrong with it, bro. It's not even nothing. But like Frank Gore, he has no case for top 10 running back. Not even a single, like,
not even top 20.
Yeah, he's not. You can name 20 running backs better.
Like Peter Vick, yeah.
Yes, you can name 20 running.
So Trent, let me ask you this, and I'll tell you, I'll give you my answer after you give your. You think Thurman Thomas was better than Frank Gore?
Yeah.
Thurman Thomas is another underrated back. To be honest.
Hey, man, I remember playing with Thurman Thomas at Temple Bowl. That's something y'all probably wouldn't know.
Showing your age all over.
Frank Gore he's the definition of why, like, you just don't look at just stats only. Because if you look at his stats, you look at his all-time catalog or where he is, especially in rushing yards, you would think he's a top 5 running back. But when you actually watch him play, you compare him to these other dudes, he's not there. Like, you're not going to say Frank Gore is a better running back than Chris Johnson.
Yeah,
no, definitely not.
You're not gonna say he better. You're not gonna say he better than Curtis Martin. You're not.
No.
Man, you really
Curtis was a dog. Curtis was a dog.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't better than Clinton Portis. Like,
no, not
going.
Edrin James.
You think Frank Gore better than Clinton Portis, dog?
Oh, Edrin James, that's a good one.
Edrin James is way better than Frank Gore.
Yes,
like, not even a discussion. Like, he's not even better than Ricky Williams.
All right,
he's not.
He's not
Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams. The only reason why Ricky Williams is not talking about because he got weeded out the league.
Oh, that's the only reason. That's the only reason
why we talk about
Ricky Williams.
You really think Frank Gore better than Ricky Williams, bro?
Dude, Ricky Williams had like 1 good year, bro. Like,
that's not true. That's a blatant lie.
No,
not one.
That's a blatant lie.
One great year.
No, 1 elite year.
That's closer though than all the other names we've said though.
I think Frank Gore over Sean Alexander. I just want to see what everybody hears.
Sean Alexander clears. He's way better.
I will say this.
Hey, hold on, Trent. I knew I had to come get. Bro, you sleeping on Le'Veon Bell, bro?
Because of what, bro? Okay,
no, you just sleep on him, bro.
This is another thing. I can just get the clips going for myself. So again, man, this is why I don't. I get Le'Veon Bell was like that. He was a dog. But let's not have nostalgia starting hitting us with a 3-piece combo and start dragging Le'Veon Bell. Like, let's not start doing that, man. Like, let's not, gang. You was over here saying that, Le'Veon Bell clears Jamar Charles. That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy. Oh my god! Yeah. Wait,
you're crazy. For
wait.
Clears is crazy.
Wait,
I would be.
I kind of think it's the other one.
No,
yeah, he was, but again, he's not. He's not better than some of these guys that's playing. I don't even like you. Like, so Ben, you think that Le'Veon is clearly better than Nick Chubb?
Clearly, no. But I think
hold on.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If you think Le'Veon is clearly better than Nick Chubb, you're crazy.
no.
Okay.
I said no. I said
No. This is the problem.
You're
This is
crazy,
the problem.
Trey.
No, see, that's the thing. It's not crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
No,
Because
it's
the only
not.
thing you're gonna say that Le'Veon did better is that he passed. He was better in the passing game, and he had better vision. You're not about to talk about in between the tackles with Nick Chubb.
Okay,
Nick
Trey.
Chubb's one,
He's one
clear
of the
for
best
that.
pair rushers ever played this game.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We're not going to sit here and act like Le'Veon Bell wasn't amazing with the ball in his hands.
he was
not-
a dog.
If you have Le'Veon Bell over Chubb, I'm not mad at that. But
Yeah,
Clears
like-
is crazy.
Yeah,
Clears is crazy.
I got
And
Le'Veon.
you try to say that Le'Veon clears Jamal Charles.
Hey, young. This
Bro,
is where.
what?
Hold on. Wait.
That's ridiculous.
Wait, young. To your point about that, the reason why I'm like, no, that's clearly the better player. There is another dimension about Le'Veon's game, and the reason why we forget it is because dude literally got boxed out the league because he said, "Hey, Steelers, y'all are using me as the number 1 running back and the number 2 receiver. Y'all are
get paid like it.
Y'all are actually having me split out and run real routes. I'm not running screens. I'm not out here I'm not out here.
No, he was out there running receiver routes.
I'm not
Yeah,
literally being motioned into the slot and running stick and nod like a damn tight end. Like I am a real receiver, and you give me 20 carries. Can you please give me a little extra bread? And they said, "No, get your ass on."
he should have got his money. He definitely should have had his money.
Would have went down his bed.
This is what I'm talking about.
We got it. Now
This is exactly what I'm
And
talking
now
about,
you're
See,
like,
that was
He
wild.
even got
See, that
Trey.
was wild.
Even
This
Trey
is
is like, I know.
Like, oh my god, bro.
y'all always taking a little too
This
damn
is what I'm
long.
talking about, bro. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said last week, bro. He's not better than Saquon to me. No.
Better than
Le'Veon
who?
Bell?
Yes.
Nah, you
Oh,
lost.
yeah.
Hold
Saquon,
on, better
listen,
than who?
prime
No, I
Saquon
got
Barkley
Le'Veon. I got Le'Veon.
is a supersized Barry Sanders. If you don't like,
Yeah,
I don't see what people don't see.
I ain't mad at it.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna say Barry Sanders because Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders, bro.
What
Hey,
is
prime Saquon?
Le'Veon, this
Play
is-
style, I
The
guess.
only
Great
thing you're
prime
really gonna
Saquon.
say, the only thing you're really gonna say about Le'Veon that he does better than Saquon, he has better vision, and he's slightly a better pass catcher. It's because we're talking about basically peak Saquon.
Slightly?
Saquon. Yes,
Okay.
Slightly, Trent.
bro. Did you? I guess you didn't watch Saquon.
Also, wait, hold on.
No, I
Trey.
do want Saquon.
Hold on, wait. The one thing I'm gonna
But
say
ain't
about
no.
wait, hold on. The one thing I'm
I
gonna say
get,
about
man, go look at
Saquon,
Saquon was doing 2018, bro. To come back.
the only thing I'm gonna say about Saquon up until last year, the one thing that was always consistent with Le'Veon, despite how graceful of a runner he would still run behind his pads.
Yep.
Like he always did that. Like Fat Le'Veon at Michigan State ran behind his pads. Even after he got in the league and dropped 20 pounds, he still ran behind his pads when he needed to. Up until last year, the one thing that always used to drive me up the wall about Saquon is the fact that you're 235 pounds and you
Don't
would
run
not
like
get behind your pads sometimes. Like there will be 3rd and 1 situations and you trying to turn a 1-yard run into a 30-yard one because you want to go east and west. Dog, you bigger and stronger and faster than everybody else. Sometimes you just need to huddle up.
The first show.
Hey Trey, you know
That's
why?
why I call him a supersized Barry
Trey,
Sanders.
you know what? You know why that's a bad habit from Saquon? Because he used to have terrorists as O-line. He still does.
Look,
He was doing that at Penn State, though. I'm not gonna lie, he was doing that at Penn State.
He was.
and then, hey, but you know what? In fairness to him, when he was in college, they were shitty up front. They were shitty up front then too.
Yeah.
So,
Right. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I get it.
This
But
is a
my-
bad habit he got from. But
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Up until last year, that was probably like I know we talk about like prime Saquon as like the best athlete, like the most fun that we've watched. But in terms of like the best runner of the football, like the best version for me was actually Saquon last year because there were times where he kind of pick and choose. Like he realized he was like, it's time for me to go make a play. And he starts shaking people and get to the edge and he get a big play. And then there are times where it's like, cool, dog, we need this first down right here. I don't need you to do nothing extra. I just need you to get this so we can stay on schedule and win the game. And to his credit, he really learned how to do that.
Yo, bro, Duke, aren't you? Yo, what is Franklin giving you? Yo, Franklin, some.
Okay, listen.
That boy got that magic.
To be honest,
I don't know what he's on.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Nothing against Trent Show, but every time I'm on here, someone has to slander one of my boys, man.
To be honest with you, is it fair to compare what Le'Veon could have been to a little bit closer to Priest Holmes than Marshall Faulk? Is that a little bit more fair?
Yeah,
probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fact. All right, but let's
get honest. I'm taking Nick Chubb any day of the week over Le'Veon Bell.
You taking who?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. So when you're gonna go, so you think he clears Le'Veon? Yes, that's what he basically saying. Yes, that's what, because when you're gonna go down in history and really look at what Nick Chubb is doing and just look at him as
yes,
bro. He is.
I think his career.
He's one of the ones. Like
I agree. I think his career.
Like,
I just think as a player, I don't think he clears him. If you take Chubb, that's cool. But I
think Nick Chubb's running ability. I'm just taking over Le'Veon. That's why I take because I value running over versatility.
Like Nick Chubb, dude.
I agree with that.
I've been on the stake. I think Nick Chubb is top 20 running back ever. So
he might be.
Oh, people-wise, I can definitely see that.
Listen, I understand. Like he has been in the league that long. Well, it's been.
He's been in the league a minute for a running back. He's played enough to be in these combos. To be
I think if I watched him in college when I was still in my early 20s, he'd been in here long enough. Like,
Nick Chubb's been in here about 8 years now.
No, I was saying like basically like if it was any other position, it was like a lineman or a quarterback, like 6 years. Now it's just a running back. Like, yeah, that's a long time. Like, I don't think it's crazy because like running backs just don't last that long in general. So
yeah.
All right, Ben. Let's get these last two because I gotta head out soon. So I'm gonna start with you, champ. Earl Thomas or Eric Berry?
Ooh. Damn. Talk about on the spot. Damn it, Earl Thomas.
All right, Karen.
I don't know. This might be biased, but I like Eric Berry a lot, so I'm gonna get Eric Berry.
All right, Ben.
Slightly Earl.
Okay.
Trey.
I hate the fact that you asked me this because these are two of my I watched both of these dudes in college. Like Earl Thomas is the last great Texas DB.
Yep.
Like the fact that you asked me this, I low-key want to fight you, but it's Earl Thomas by like this much, and the only reason why it's Earl Thomas is because if we're being honest, Earl Thomas is the closest thing we've got to Ed Reed since he left.
That's how I feel the same way.
That's right.
What Ed Reed and Earl Thomas can do is far and beyond what 99% of guys can do. So I'll take Earl Thomas a little bit too.
Nigel?
Maybe this is unfair to Earl Thomas. I think I'll slightly lean Eric Berry because I don't think he was asked to do more necessarily, but I think he
was more versatile.
He's a little more versatile, and he also had a little bit more to cover in terms of like the corners that he was playing next to. So I'll go.
Where he ever played next to was Brandon Flowers.
Right. And he played like a season or two with Marcus Peters, and we know Marcus Peters can give up big plays. So I'll slightly lean Berry, but this is a toss-up.
Right. Marcus Peters, last cannon.
Last word.
Yeah, man. I gotta go Eric Berry, bro. I just like the versatility, bro. And truth be told, I do believe he was asked to do more in that defense. So I gotta give him the edge on that note.
Bro, the last game I saw Eric Berry elite. He played some of the best defense I've ever seen on Gronk. Like that. That's the game he Achilles. That was some of the best.
Yeah. I remember that.
Safety. Yeah, first game of the year.
This is the last one. It's gonna be interesting. It's peak, mind you, still peak for peak in 2010s. And this dude injury career got cut short. And I already know Kieran's about to go because he disrespected this person a lot. So, Champ, who you got peak for peak? Cam Newton or Big Ben?
2010s?
2010s?
Oh, shit.
Just because I'm biased, Cam.
Kieran.
Like I said, I'm being biased.
I already know my answer. I don't even need to say it.
Ben.
Yeah.
Oh man, Trent, you answer for this one. I'm gonna go Big Ben. I'm gonna go Big Ben.
To hell with that.
Oh God! What? Hey! Oh God!
Oh God!
No. Because this is the issue that I have whenever we talk about Cam. It's too many people. It's way too many people that disrespect that man's career simply because they just chose to disrespect it because they ain't like the way he danced or whatever little whatever little BS narrative they had.
People hated on that.
Like, people want to act like dude was somehow overrated. No. That is one of the singular greatest talents we have ever seen play quarterback in NFL history. He was literally underserved his entire career. The only thing that you could possibly say was, yeah, he got a couple of years. He got a couple of years of what was left of Steve Smith and Greg Olsen.
Outside, Benjamin was good for the year or two.
What'd you say?
Kelvin Benjamin was good his rookie year, though. I got it.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey,
we used to call Kevin Benjamin Biscuit. You know why? Right? He was a biscuit away from being a tight end.
He definitely. I'm not disagreeing with that.
He was a biscuit away from being.
He was at FSU in that first year with the Panthers. Kelvin Benjamin was probably one of the better 50-50 ball catchers in the league.
But you know what though? I hear you, but also at the same time, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit because everybody talk about that rookie year. Dog, his fat ass barely broke 1,000 yards. And then he let that little 1,000-yard season go to his head.
No, he did. You absolutely right about that.
Your ass 270 pounds, and you the process until you ate yourself out the league. I ain't trying to.
We used to call him.
You're definitely right about that.
Young, who you got?
I got Cam barely. Like, I'm not mad if you take Big Ben, but Cam.
Nigel, who you got?
Ben never had a year like 2015 Cam. I'm sorry, and I like Ben a lot, but it's Cam. I gotta go Cam.
It's peak, right? It's peak.
And
it's peak. Yeah, if you're talking 1 year, if it's 1 year, I don't even see how it's close to.
Look at him shaking his head.
If it's 1 year, I don't think you can isolate 1 year out of 3 days. It's better.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Kieran can shake his head till his neck come loose. It don't change what the hell I said.
Yeah.
If it's like 3 years, we can. I mean,
go ahead. Last words.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm taking Cam. I ain't thinking twice. I ain't gonna hold you. That 2015 season, man. I've never in my life, as long as I've been watching football, I've never in my life seen a man just do what he could do on the field the way he did it, bro. Like, Cam was special that year, man.
We're gonna have to revisit that comment later because Karen tried to tell me I think Cam peaked not even like top 20 or something like that. That MVP year. It's crazy.
It's not.
Crack, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, free base. Free base.
We got
people forget they smoked a damn good Cardinals team in the playoffs, and Cam had a field day.
That boy signed the Cardinals to a 360 deal on belt to ass records.
Oh God, like they smoked them. Like, wasn't they a top 3 defense coming into the game?
I mean, hey, I heard Carson Palmer. I heard 2015 Carson Palmer better than 2015 Cam Newton.
That was hellfire.
No, that's Karen too. That's Karen.
What the world?
No way.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's some great.
I think you guys.
If I didn't know you, I'd almost say that's a little sprinkle of racism.
Not racist. You guys are overrating Cam. Not racist.
That's wild.
Oh,
Hey, boy. Oh,
some other
Hey,
motivation.
Karen, we're going. What's his name? We're going to revisit this comment later. But nah, I gotta head up though. We're gonna wrap it up. We just hit the 2-minute mark. I appreciate y'all coming out, bro. Make sure y'all
Roll
tune
that
in.
Tyree clip.
Yeah, in fact, we were about to, but make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. 12 Eastern, so 11 Central. I finally got a Dory book for the VIP room. USC legend, corner for New York Giants. It's about to be lit. Former 5-star, one of the biggest recruits to ever come out of college in high school. So make sure y'all tune in. Shout out everybody that was in the chat, bro. But yeah, bro, we out, y'all. Peace.
Hold it.
Peace.